name is Karina and I am an SLPA who typically shares speech videos on YouTube for other SLPAs. I am also a mommy to an 18-month-old baby boy, so from time to time I do share my life on here and content around my son. Now today's video is kind of more of a lifestyle sort of video. I'm talking about some healthy habits that you could adopt, that you can start today. And I'm really getting into this because I feel like 2022 for me has not only been about just like growth, but specifically on this sort of health journey. I've tuned into so many different podcasts, into so many different books, audiobooks, and just so much that there is online. I've really tuned into this, like learning about what's good for me, what's not, what I should stop, what I want to continue, and kind of learning about my body and stuff. So I'm here to share with you guys some things that I've kind of learned, but this is just narrowing it down to 4 main things. And again, because this is stuff that I believe you can start today. My very first one, I feel like, is no surprise, but it is to begin exercising. Now, I was always kind of like an advocate for exercise, but I've just kind of been a skinny girl all my life. I've been very petite and stuff, no matter what I eat. Like I could eat anything and I'm still very skinny. Now, some people might be like, oh, you're so lucky, right? But no, like the inside of my body is actually very not healthy. And you don't get to see that because I'm not, you know, overweight, or I'm not looking a certain way, right? So to everyone else, it's like, oh, you're so healthy, you're such a skinny girl. But I didn't feel that way. I kind of grew up always getting headaches. I always got cramps and stuff. But aside from that, I've kind of just learned that exercise is super important. And I was even starting this while I was working full time. I would wake up, not saying you have to do this, but I would wake up as early as like 5:30 in the morning to get in a morning workout, because I knew if I didn't make it happen in the morning, it wasn't going to happen. And then I slowly started to see benefits, and now I'm kind of focusing more on like flexibility and stuff, like for my hips. But point is, exercise is really good for you. Like it increases your mental health, right? And it's so good for your body in so many ways, like the mobility. It's just good to get some sort of movement. And this doesn't mean you have to sit down for 30 minutes. I honestly do 15 minutes of a morning workout, or sometimes I count like my outside time with my son as my workout. You know, it just varies. Some people might like morning walks, evening walks after dinner, whatever like getting movement or exercise is to you. I highly recommend you do that. Number 2 is also a big thing to me in my life. I've always sort of been this planner, but I want to make number 2 about writing down your goals and getting very specific, because this year I've also learned a little bit more about manifesting and how our thoughts very much control our actions and what we bring into our lives, right? Like you have this ability to attract anything that you want, and it comes down to like writing down your goals, getting serious about it, seeing where you spend your time. And I personally think a planner helps a lot with that. I am a big advocate for Passion Planner. If you have not checked them out, please make sure you do. I'm even gonna leave you guys a code in my description box underneath this video. It's amazing. Passion Planner has been the best since I was in college, but it's just a great way really to get serious about, again, where you're spending your time, get serious about your goals, and get serious about what do you want to work towards today? What do you want to work on for this week, this month? Like, what are your goals? And I feel like if you're not writing these down, it's very easy to just think about it and then it not come back to your head. Versus if you're writing it down and looking at it almost every day or every other day, it's something that's in the forefront of your mind and you're gonna be working towards that. And I mean, again, this could be in different ways. You could write down your goals, you could write a to-do list for the day, you could write down what you want out of life. I mean, it's endless options, right? But my point is, get serious about what you want today and start seeing where your time is going and work towards those goals. Number 3 is actually on reading and or meditating, and I'm kind of linking those two together because I used to be that person that loved to read when I was a lot younger, and I try to really promote that reading ability in my son, even though he is a toddler. I want him to, you know, have this imagination that comes, you know, from reading books and stuff like that. But now as an adult, honestly, when I sit down and read, I fall asleep. So I end up doing it before I'm going to bed, or kind of as a way to wind down. And that's why I put it together with meditation, because meditation also does the same for me. It puts me to sleep. But I also know the benefits of both of them, right? You're getting knowledge if you're reading or meditating, because they have different guided meditations online and on apps and stuff nowadays. So you can find that anywhere. But you're learning something, you know, it's winding you down, kind of like it does for me. It makes you feel good. It also even increases your sleep, much like exercise does, right? But meditating and or reading, you know, again, as you're winding down and doing these things, like it helps your, what is it, the melatonin? It basically just helps you sleep. It helps you get better sleep. It can also even serve like as a break or just time for yourself. And I'm not saying, you don't have to be a parent for this. We're all about that self-care nowadays, and especially parents, right? But even if you're not a parent, I feel like you are always seeking like more self-care, more ways to reward yourself. And this can very much be one of those ways that you do care for yourself. My very last one is decreasing screen time. This has honestly been pretty hard for me. I personally average 5 to 6 hours a day of screen time, which sounds ridiculous, but it's the reality. Every week I have my iPhone showing me how much time I spent on what apps and kind of where my time went in those 5 to 6 hours a day. And it just sounds crazy. It's almost kind of sad, right, when I look at it, because I want to be a lot more present with my son, but that's not happening if I'm consistently on my phone. So I would highly recommend, like, if you want a change in your lifestyles, decreasing your screen time. It helps you be a lot more present. It also helps, again, you get that sleep, especially before bedtime. It's not any better if you have on either the TV or something really close to your eyes, like a phone, maybe an iPad. Those are not gonna help you get much sleep. It actually keeps you up, as we all probably know. Another big thing is that you're not mindlessly scrolling. I feel like on Instagram, on Twitter, on these just different apps, it's so easy to mindlessly scroll, and you're, you know, checking on your friend, for example, and you end up on someone you went to school with in the past, or you end up on, you know, my friend's boyfriend's cousin's page, like someone I have no idea who they even are. I end up on them just mindlessly scrolling, kind of being nosy, and I'm saving all of that. I'm not comparing myself, I'm not looking at what's not for me by limiting my screen time. And you can do this in various ways, right? You could, there's apps, I'm sure, that monitor your screen time, but even if you have an iPhone, you can go through your settings and kind of limit the amount of time you want per app or how much you want per day, and then it'll pop up on your screen when it's time to get off of that or when you've met that limit. For example, on my iPhone, I actually have it between, I believe, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. It's my downtime. So that's my time solely dedicated to my son, or solely for a nap, whatever it is in that day that I'm doing. It's typically with my son. But the 3 to 5, I am not on my phone. And if I reach for my phone to take a picture or something, I have all apps that give me the warning, hey, this is your downtime. Are you sure you want to do this? And sometimes I do, you know, bypass that alert, but a lot of the times it just serves as a reminder, like, oh, okay, these are the 2 hours I'm dedicating to not be on my phone. And it's just a lot harder, you know, especially if you're on the go all the time, or if you have a lot of things on your phone, like your calendar, your to-do list and stuff. I get it. And I would highly recommend, like, if that's you, maybe consider getting an Apple Watch. This one has helped a lot because I can set timers on here. I also have Alexas, like, around my house. I have the Amazon, you know, the big screens. And when I need to set a timer or something, I'll just tell them to set a timer, or again, it's on my phone. On my watch. So point is, I'm not consistently having to be on my phone. I think that's very much helped, but it has been a little bit difficult. So those are my healthy habits for you guys. I hope you all found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure to give my video a like and subscribe to my channel as well. It'll mean so much to me, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye.